Hi, Elliot here. One thing I've been thinking about a lot and feeling is just how up and down every day can be in normal life, but especially during this kind of stay home, stay safe, quarantine, Zoom meeting world that many of us are in now. Um, so, to that end, I thought that maybe today the kind of meditation that would best serve us would be something to try to find some balance. Um, we can't control a lot of what's going on around us right now. Some of we're still getting work and coursework assigned to us. Some of it is we're dealing with kids. Some of it is we're waiting to see what our government will do at different levels. And all of that leaves us kind of open for feeling a lot of waves. So one thing I will say before we get started is just maybe start to think of your time in meditation as sort of a gift, a moment of pause that you give yourself. There will be lots of ups and downs, but and meditating won't necessarily fix any of that, but what it can do is provide you with a moment to notice what you're feeling, to breathe intentionally, and to kind of come back to your body. I will start us with the bell, and we can get back to our practice of finding our posture and noticing our breath. Wherever you're seated, go ahead and find a posture that's comfortable for you. Maybe it's sitting up in a chair, maybe you're sitting on the ground. Either way, go ahead and allow your shoulders to come up over your spine and your head to come up over your neck. Maybe let your neck lean down a little bit. Just create as much space as you can without, wrenching your body around, but just create space to allow your lungs to fill and release. In the beginning here, just notice your normal, ordinary breaths. Don't try to take really deep, big breaths. Just notice what it feels like. Try to put your attention on some area of your body where you notice the breath. For some people, that's the nose or the mouth. Some people, that's the chest or the stomach. So as you breathe the next couple of minutes, just notice where you feel that and allow your attention to kind of anchor there. Begin to notice how it feels to take those breaths in and out. Maybe it brings some calm. Maybe it is met with some resistance, some tight, maybe your chest is tight, or your mind is really quickly going back to the last big wave that kind of overwhelmed you. Just bring your mind back to your attention on your breath. You can kind of think of this as sort of the eye of the storm, which is this image of this place in the middle of a storm. It's not escaped from the storm, it's in it, but it's a place of calm and of peace in the middle of all of that. And that's a gift you can give yourself right now. Notice if there are any thoughts or areas of thought like work or family or relationships or school, news, that your mind keeps getting drawn back to. Don't judge this wandering, just notice it. It's almost as if you're seated here and you're able to look out at that part of you that is fixated on work or on the news, creating some internal space between you and that intense emotion or thought. The thoughts, the emotions are not bad, they're totally normal. But when we get blended up with them, when we get all mixed in with them, often they feel like they control us rather than us getting to interact with them and take rest from them when we need to. Come back again to your breath. And as you keep breathing, I'm going to offer a brief visualization to help maybe with this image a little bit. I once was shared this image and it was really helpful. Kind of imagine yourself as standing on a raft, a platform that's flat and square, that's on some body of water. Notice that it's pretty sturdy and you can stand on it. You're not at risk of falling off normally. And you kind of have your sense of your way around this raft. This image represents us in normal circumstances when we have what we need and we're able to find that calm moment. Now I want you to imagine that the waves are really going and the raft is going up and down, and you can imagine yourself trying to stand on that raft and just what it would feel like, the up and the down, losing your balance. Inevitably you're going to fall down at some point. You're going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to feel afraid and anxious, and that is really natural. Really natural. Of course we would be scared, feeling out of control in that way. Now, as you take your deep breaths, imagine that as you calm your body down, those waves also calm down. There's still things out there that are going to make waves, and there's still overwhelming energy, but you are able to bring some calm to your raft. Find some balance. Notice how it feels in your body to have a moment where you feel some balance. Maybe you settle a little deeper into your seat. Maybe you just notice that your shoulders release down from your ears. Or maybe it's really hard to feel and there's still a lot of anxiety. Either way, continue to offer yourself the image as you breathe of the waves calming down. Of you gaining your balance and being able to stand up again. We all have to repeat this, as there's no one that doesn't get off balance by what's coming at them, especially right now. This place is and connecting to your breath are anchor places. They're places where you can feel rooted and return whenever you need to. Places in the present, not caught up in thoughts about what happened earlier today or thoughts about what's going to happen later, but just how we're feeling right now. Go ahead and take 2 more good deep breaths. Now listening to the bell, allow your senses to come back to this room. Maybe move your arms, your neck a little bit. I hope you can find some little moments of balance for yourself. Go ahead and do this as often as you need to. Some ways you can kind of adjust it are you can imagine that sort of balance. You can sort of start to think about what the waves are is what I mean. So maybe there's a wave that is school or work or relationships, and you can bring calm one at a time to each of those places. Feel free to check out the comments below and follow the description links if you need anything. I'll see you soon.